What I like the most is I get to use my creativity in every aspect of my job.
I like solving problems where there are no written rules.
I love my job because it's a unique property and I'm constantly learning.
I enjoy the relationships and support I've developed with my colleagues. We work hard, we play hard.
I like bringing all of the elements of a project together and seeing it through from the beginning to the end.
I love the spectrum of people that I work with every day, from security guards and engineers to corporate executives.
Running a large building like this allows me to have a positive and substantial impact on the environment, and I really love that.
There's just so much more going on behind the scenes of a building than meets the eye. To look at a building on a skyline, you might see glass and steel and granite, but it doesn't occur to you what it takes to design and conceive and construct a building and then to maintain it over time. As a building manager, you do feel like the mayor of a small city. You're literally responsible for everything that's happening in the building.
Alrighty. So here we are.
Where are we on the schedule right now?
We're completely on track. I'm the project manager for the client of this site. And how Kate and I relate, Kate is the property manager for this building. So Kate and I interact on any tenant-related issues, and then two smaller ones right here.
So this is all conference rooms?
You have your mechanical system, which is your ductwork, which connects back into your mixing boxes. Here you see the outside air being brought into the space. There's J-boxes in the ceiling, which are for electrical. You go into an office building and you see a ceiling and you don't think anything of it, but once you've worked in the industry, you start seeing all the little details and all the things that you never would have thought about. This will be their break room.
From an educational standpoint, my background wasn't largely mechanical, engineering based at all, but I've learned all of that, and it's nice. It's kind of like furthering your education, because I had my own, undergraduate kind of interdisciplinary education, but it wasn't specialized, and so it's interesting taking on a career that lets you get some more specialized knowledge.
For me, it's the finished product, it's the design of it all, it's how an architect and a contractor come together, as well as your client and yourself, and they put in all their ideas, and then at the end of the day, you get to see this finished space with a really neat design. I believe it goes from here to...
I think time management skills and organization, and I think being able to respond to any unforeseen, thing that may come up at any time. I think being able to kind of think on your feet is important, because you never know what your day may look like.
It will be open to the back side.
I don't think a week goes by that I don't learn something new. Even after all these years, there is still something new that I'm exposed to that I go, wow, I've never had that happen before.
Hi, I'm looking for Diane English. On my way to work, actually be kind of checking a couple emails and making some calls. And then I'll go to one office. I have an office in the financial district. When I get there, I'll probably meet with my bosses and talk about some of the issues that we're having in some of our properties. I'll go over some accounting things with our accountant, do some paperwork. I have an engineer that works on that building and a couple other buildings, and so I'll meet with him. Then I'll end up going to another property, doing anything from working with a janitorial company, a landscape company, getting the property manager up to speed. Then I may pop over to our weekly architect meeting for the redevelopment. I'll give you a little tour here of what we're planning.
I've been historically at larger projects as an assistant property manager, but recently I was promoted as a property manager for two buildings. Both were built in the early 1900s. Being able to answer to the ownership or the asset manager, they want that information, they want it now, and they want it to be correct. So it's great that the buildings that I'm managing now are very hands-on, so I really can answer with a lot of knowledge, and I know that answer for sure.
Just sort of entertainment. I'm very interested in how an urban environment develops and how it plays a role in our everyday life. It definitely helps me in my job today, because commercial real estate is all about our environment and where we work where we walk, where we play, where we shop, where we eat, where everything happens really in commercial real estate, except where we live, but sometimes we live in commercial real estate, depending on what kind of project it is. In reality, we're running out of open space, and we have to manage that space in the best way possible, not only financially, but environmentally and socially. And I think the business is headed in that direction of really how do we affect, positive change in our urban environments.
Being around people and having a creative side, having, the financial side, being able to touch a lot of different disciplines is something that really is something that makes them tick, then this is definitely the career they should look at.
Our tagline is the center of a great neighborhood, and we're very proud of that because we definitely believe that this is a neighborhood, and we do a lot of community outreach, especially with our farmers market and special events. And just trying to get that cohesiveness downtown in the financial district is really important, especially when we're all busy 9 to 5.
Hey Mike, hey Sonny. Security is a huge issue, especially for an open air promenade like this. Oh, yeah. Simple things like people taking pictures. To us, it's a red light. So while it seems quite simple to have a front desk security person that just monitors people coming in and out, it's a lot more involved than that.
All of the products that you're using in the cleaning process now have been implemented green.
We're being teachers, and we are constantly learning new processes, new products, and then relaying that to our tenants.
We have meetings on a regular basis and drills on a regular basis that involve not only crisis management but emergency response.
We need to make sure that we have a new tenant name in here, from our tenants to the farmers to the market supervisor to Jose and I. We all know each other, and we make it a point to, how's business going, but hey, how's your daughter doing? She's going off to college the next day. We really know each other, and we really look out for one another.
There hasn't been a day that I've ever awakened and ever thought that this isn't what I want to do or where I want to be.
As you advance, your skill set that is more and more honed across a variety of fields, all contained under this title of real estate management, becomes more and more valuable.
Came out of high school back in the late 70s and came upon a summer internship opportunity in the Chrysler Building, another iconic building in the American landscape. Got an opportunity to work with the engineering team there and got down into the inner workings of that building, and my eyes opened, my jaw dropped, and something clicked, and I just knew without any shadow of a doubt, this is what I want to do for my career. 34,609 kilowatt hours. In order to be efficient, I have to know what I'm using. Always looking for a way to optimize and improve our carbon footprint, if you will. I want to be involved in big buildings. I want to run the big machine. There is a science to it. And a beautiful confluence of hands and head. We talk about taking ownership, and there's pride in ownership, and you can be coming across the Bay Bridge and you point up and to the family or friends, hey, that's my building, and that seems to be very pervasive throughout the industry, that sense of ownership. How is the rig operating for you, okay? Yeah, you try to have an agenda for the day, a list of things to do. And quite often you can get to that list, but each day brings a set of unknown challenges that the phone will ring, and suddenly you're taken out of your plan. You have to be flexible and you have to adapt. It is not a well-known industry in a conventional sense. And those who come into it and learn more about it, their eyes are really opened, and it's that full spectrum aspect of it. Where you're really spanning so many disciplines and having to be rounded. And again, working with your brain, working with your hands, and trying to stay a step ahead.
The The business is a global business. It's a very visible, multi-billion-dollar business. So if you care to travel, if you care to relocate to other parts of the world, with the companies that you're with, they oftentimes have offices in many parts of the world.
All of a sudden you look up and it's 6 o'clock and it's time to go home and you just can't believe that the day is over.
I think the path to success in this industry is more open today than it's ever been before. It's a challenging, fun, and rewarding business loaded with opportunities that span an entire career. I think that says a lot about job satisfaction. If you like the people you work with and feel like you're making a difference every day in a well-paying job, what else can you ask for? The office buildings that shape the skylines of our cities need people who are energetic, organized, and have great communication and technology skills. For more information on how you can be part of this dynamic industry, contact your local Building Owners and Managers Association or BOMA International at www.boma.org. Make a difference. Start your career in commercial real estate management today.